Chosen one, pause for a moment and breathe. You are not here by accident. Heaven has orchestrated this very second, a divine appointment disguised as a video. If you are seeing this, it is proof that the hand of God has located you in perfect timing. You have been sensing it, that strange stirring in your spirit, that holy unease before something shifts. That is not coincidence, that is confirmation. Right now, the heavens are opening over your life. The lines of delay are breaking, and the current of divine wealth is being redirected toward you. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural financial transfer, not earned by effort, but released by obedience. The same God who multiplied the widow's oil in 2 Kings 4 is multiplying what remains in your hands, chosen one. The resistance you felt was never rejection. It was preparation. You are being positioned for overflow, funded by grace, backed by heaven. This is the hour where your faith becomes currency and your surrender becomes the key. Lift your eyes, the drought is over. The rain has begun. Heaven is risking it all to get this word to you, because the miracle attached to it has your name on it. Chosen one, listen closely. You are not here by accident. Heaven wrote this moment into your timeline. God has been watching the long nights when you wondered if he still remembered you, when you whispered prayers that seemed to echo back in silence. But now, that silence is breaking. This is your insider update, not from man, but from the Spirit of God himself. You have been standing between what ended and what is about to begin. You felt it, the strange mix of pressure and peace. That is not confusion. It is confirmation. Heaven is moving pieces you cannot yet see. Every delay, every closed door, every unanswered prayer was divine strategy. God wasn't rejecting you. He was realigning you. The waiting was never wasted. Chosen one, you are standing on the threshold of a supernatural transfer, a divine exchange where what was lost is returned in greater measure. Heaven has been storing your blessings, interest included. You are about to see resources, favor, and opportunity converge all at once. This isn't random prosperity. This is purposeful provision. God is funding your mission because the assignment cannot wait any longer. This next move will not demand more effort. It will require more faith. The striving season is over. Now comes the flow. When God steps in, what was hard becomes holy. What was delayed becomes delivered. You will not have to chase what is meant for you. It is already being magnetized toward your obedience. I know this feeling because I have lived it. I have watched doors open I didn't knock on. I have received calls I didn't expect. And every time I realize something sacred, God never forgets the faithful. I have been in that place where logic said, "It is over." But faith whispered, "Just wait." And just like that, favor appeared, quiet, precise, undeniable, chosen one. That is what is about to happen to you. You have been proving your faith in small ways, by showing up, by forgiving when it hurt, by staying kind when you were overlooked. Heaven took note. The Lord has been testing your stewardship in hidden places, and now he is promoting you in public ones. You have been faithful in the shadows. Now you are being released into the spotlight, not for fame, but for function. What is coming next is not just for your comfort. It is for your calling. Heaven is assigning resources to match your responsibility. The dream that once seemed impossible is about to be funded by divine timing. Don't fear the unfamiliar. The new flow may look strange at first, but it is sacred. You are being positioned, not replaced. The blessing isn't late. It is landing right on schedule. Chosen one, hear this clearly. You are next in line. The transaction has already been approved in heaven's court. The proof will appear suddenly. A message, a meeting, a miracle. What once resisted you will now recognize you. The same soil that buried your seed will now bloom your harvest. So lift your head, steady your spirit, and stay ready. What is approaching isn't just increase. It is inheritance. You are stepping into the divine exchange prepared for you before time began. Chosen one. Listen. This next part is for the ones who have carried the weight quietly, the ones who kept giving when no one noticed, the ones who stayed kind when life was cruel. Heaven saw it all. Every tear you cried, every time you almost quit but didn't, every seed you planted that seemed forgotten, none of it was wasted. You have been sowing in the Spirit, and now the harvest is tracking you down. This is the truth. God is risking it all to tell you. You are about to step into a season where things finally make sense. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was preservation. You didn't miss your opportunity. God was saving it for when you were strong enough to carry it. He wasn't hiding blessings from you, He was hiding them for you. And now they are being released. Chosen one, the warfare you faced wasn't random. It was rehearsal. The attacks were proof of the assignment. The enemy doesn't fight what isn't valuable. You have been a threat since birth. That is why some things didn't come easy, but those battles built your discernment. You learned how to hear the whisper of God in chaos. You learned to depend on faith when logic had no answers. You became unshakable, not because life was easy, but because grace held you steady. Now the pattern is shifting, the heaviness you have carried is lifting, divine acceleration is at work. You are about to witness what happens when heaven decides. It is time. It will not be gradual. It will be sudden. Phone calls, messages, approvals, alignments that seem to come out of nowhere. But they are not coming out of nowhere. They are coming out of obedience. The seeds you planted years ago are finally sprouting. I have felt that same tension before, the moment before everything changed. It is a holy restlessness, a spiritual vibration that tells you heaven's clock just struck now. I remember feeling like I had nothing left to give, but right after that, surrender came the blessing. That is how God works. Just when you release your grip, He places what was meant for you right into your hands. Chosen one. This divine transfer isn't just financial, it is generational. You are breaking cycles your family couldn't break. You are carrying oil your ancestors prayed for but never touched. You are the fulfillment of promises made before your time. That is why the pressure has been so intense, because the anointing on your life carries generational weight. You are being elevated to operate in realms you once only dreamed about: influence, provision, peace. These aren't rewards. They are responsibilities. You are being trusted with visibility, not for vanity, but for victory. The people connected to your voice are waiting for your obedience. When you rise, they rise. When you believe, they begin to believe again. Chosen one, the light that once intimidated you is now your assignment. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to break through. What is being released over your life now will confirm everything God ever whispered in private. The same hands that carried you through the wilderness are now placing you in your promise. So prepare yourself, clean your space, clear your mind, make room, because overflow needs somewhere to land. The wait is over, the wealth, the wisdom, the wonder. It is all converging. Heaven's resources are locating you right now, chosen one. You can feel it, cannot you? The shift in the atmosphere, the quiet sense that something has already changed. Heaven doesn't announce every miracle with thunder. Sometimes it starts with a whisper in your spirit. That stirring you feel isn't imagination. It is invitation. God is calling you into alignment with what has already been released. This next stage of your journey will not look like the last one. You are not repeating cycles. You are redeeming time. The season of survival is ending. Now begins the era of supernatural strategy. God is upgrading your instructions. What once required your sweat will now flow through your surrender. The burden is lifting because the blueprint has changed. You are no longer operating from lack. You are stepping into divine leverage. Anointed One, the Holy Spirit is awakening new creativity, new wisdom, new ideas that carry heaven's fingerprints. They will arrive as flashes of insight, sudden clarity in areas that once confused you. Don't dismiss them. These are divine downloads, directions that will lead to provision and partnership. The people and opportunities now approaching you are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Heaven has assigned them to help you build what your prayers once only imagined. I know this phase. It is sacred, but it is stretching. When God starts moving this fast, it can feel like disruption, even loss. Old patterns, old friendships, old versions of you begin to fade. Don't fight it. The pruning isn't punishment. It is preparation. I remember when God started removing things from my life, projects, people, places I thought I needed. At first it hurt, but later I realized He wasn't taking. He was making space. Every loss cleared room for what I had been praying for all along. Chosen One, that is what is happening for you right now. You are not being stripped. You are being streamlined. You are stepping into a chapter that requires lightness. Heavy hearts cannot hold heavenly assignments. That is why God is teaching you to release faster, forgive deeper, and move freer. You don't have time to carry yesterday into tomorrow. The future you are walking into has no room for old fear. This divine transfer isn't only about wealth, it is about worth. God is reminding you who you are in Him, chosen, covered, and capable. You are not behind, you are precisely on time. Every perceived delay was heaven syncing your steps with divine order. You are walking into rooms where grace has already gone ahead of you. Anointed One, expect divine reversal. Situations that looked final will suddenly turn. Phone calls will come. People will remember your name. Opportunities that once ignored you will now invite you. That is what happens when favor begins to flow. You will not have to force it. You will simply be ready when it finds you. Chosen One, keep your spirit open and your hands steady. Heaven is transferring weight into your life, not the heaviness of burden, but the weight of glory. It is responsibility wrapped in reward. You are being trusted with more because you have proven faithful with less. Stay anchored. Keep your heart pure. Don't chase the blessing. Host the presence. The breakthrough is not coming from outside. It is rising from within. Chosen One. This is the part where things begin to accelerate. The rhythm of heaven is picking up around you. What once moved inch by inch will now unfold all at once. This is divine momentum, not man-made, not manipulated, but orchestrated. You have waited long enough. Heaven is saying, now you will start to notice the signs. Peace returning where confusion once lived. Energy coming back into your body. Unexpected favor. Restored communication. New ideas that wake you up at night. These are not coincidences. They are coordinates. Proof that heaven's map is leading you forward. Don't doubt it just because it feels different. When the spiritual wind shifts, the atmosphere feels strange before it feels familiar. Anointed One, your obedience has activated movement in the unseen. Every act of surrender you made, every yes whispered in secret, has triggered divine motion. You have not been standing still. You have been standing ready. The tests weren't meant to exhaust you, but to train your discernment. Now that your spirit is sharper, heaven can trust you with more. I remember a time when God asked me to step away from what looked secure. A job, a plan, a circle of people. It didn't make sense then. But only after obedience came the overflow. Provision began to appear in ways I couldn't have imagined. That is when I realized God never subtracts without intention. Every loss was an investment in my becoming. Chosen One, that same pattern is working in your favor now. You have been stripped of what was temporary so you could hold what is eternal. The blessing that is approaching carries permanence. This next level isn't fleeting success. It is sustainable abundance. God isn't just giving you resources, He is giving you rhythm. You are about to walk in a pace of grace where everything flows, nothing forces. Be mindful, though, with new levels come new languages. The conversations that once comforted you may start to sound too small. Don't shrink to stay relatable. You are not meant to fit where you have outgrown. God is surrounding you with divine connections, people who speak faith, not fear, builders, not bystanders. You will know them by the peace they bring when they enter the room. Chosen One, the warfare is proof of your worth. If the resistance has increased, it is because your influence has expanded. The enemy cannot stop the blessing, but he will try to distract the believer. That is why heaven is training you to stay focused. Guard your peace like treasure. Protect your time like oil. Your energy is sacred now. Spend it only on what multiplies purpose. As you move through these days, keep your posture open. You are not chasing opportunity. You are hosting destiny. The miracles arriving are not random. They are rehearsed in heaven. You will feel them before you see them. That nudge in your heart, that name that keeps reappearing, that door that reopens after months of silence, these are the subtle fingerprints of God. Chosen One, your story is turning a divine corner. The scenery is changing, but so is your spirit. You are lighter, clearer, stronger. This is the evidence that transformation has taken root. Stay grounded, keep walking. You are not running toward the promise anymore. The promise is running toward you. Chosen One, take this in. The shift you are feeling is not imagination, it is manifestation. The very atmosphere around your life is being rewritten. Heaven has begun releasing what was once held in reserve. What used to take months will happen in moments because divine timing has caught up to you. You will soon realize that this isn't just about personal breakthrough. It is about spiritual stewardship. God isn't blessing you just to comfort you. He is commissioning you. The wealth, the wisdom, the opportunities, they are not trophies. They are tools. You are being resourced for a mission much bigger than yourself. The same anointing that once sustained you in lack is now equipping you to operate in overflow. Anointed One, the financial and spiritual transfers that are coming are layered with purpose. You are not receiving this abundance to escape responsibility, you are receiving it to expand influence. Every dollar, every connection, every open door is a delivery of destiny. Heaven is trusting you to handle what others mishandled because your heart stayed pure through the process. I know what it is like to walk that fine line between faith and frustration, to give, serve, and wait. Wondering if it was all worth it, I have felt the ache of obedience when it seems like everyone else is moving faster. But I have also seen what happens when God suddenly honors years of hidden faithfulness. Doors swing open, debts dissolve. Divine opportunities appear in places you didn't even knock. That is what is next for you. Chosen one, the season of scraping by is over. The divine economy is shifting in your favor. You have reached a spiritual tipping point where the tests you endured now convert into treasures. What was once your pain will soon become your platform. The experiences that embarrassed you will become evidence that God restores completely. Chosen one, the anointing on your life carries economic impact. You will see it in ideas, in favor, in supernatural provision that flows effortlessly. Projects that sat idle will suddenly gain momentum. The right partners will appear. God will begin to highlight you in the right circles, not for clout, but for kingdom. He is positioning you where your voice, your gifts, and your story can build others up. Don't let false humility make you hide what heaven is trying to reveal. You were never meant to dim your light to make others comfortable. When God elevates you, it is not arrogance, it is assignment. Shine as proof that surrender produces abundance, but stay grounded. Remember, wealth without wisdom can collapse. Influence without integrity fades fast. That is why God built you slow to make you strong. You had to grow in secret so you could stand in public. What you carry is not fragile, it is fortified, anointed one. Expect your influence to multiply, but let your humility deepen with it. As the blessings increase, so will the call to lead, give, and guide. Heaven is not rewarding you for surviving, it is recruiting you for impact. Chosen one, this next wave is both miracle and mandate. Walk in it boldly, but never forget. The same hand that lifts you is the one that sustains you. Stay anchored in gratitude, and the flow will never run dry. Chosen one, this next wave is sacred. What is happening now isn't coincidence. It is divine coordination. Heaven has been preparing people, places, and opportunities in secret, all waiting for your obedience to unlock them. The pieces are about to fit together in ways that will leave you speechless. God is not just changing your season, He is changing your stature. You are about to see what it looks like when grace becomes visible. You have waited long enough. You have endured the pruning, the misunderstandings, and the hidden years when no one saw what God was building inside you. Those silent seasons were never punishment, they were preservation. God was protecting your purity, maturing your discernment, and guarding your oil. Because what you carry now cannot be placed in old environments. The level of glory attached to your next move requires a new atmosphere, and heaven is providing it, anointed one. This is where heaven's strategy begins to reveal itself. New instructions will start arriving in quiet moments. You will hear them in prayer, sense them in dreams, or feel them in your spirit while driving or walking. Follow those nudges. Don't second-guess divine direction just because it feels unfamiliar. The unknown is God's classroom. I remember when the Lord led me into a space that made no sense at first. I lost comfort, routine, and what I thought was stability. But in that wilderness, I found wisdom. The lessons were costly but necessary. And later, when the harvest came, I understood. The wilderness wasn't a setback, it was a setup. The same will be true for you. Chosen one, every dry place was preparation for the abundance that is about to flood your life. But hear this clearly. With new revelation comes new responsibility. The blessings that are coming are not random. They are assignments. Heaven doesn't release provision without purpose. You are being equipped to fund visions, to build, to uplift, to become a conduit of change. Your overflow isn't just for comfort, it is for calling. When God blesses you, He is blessing through you, chosen one. That is why integrity will be your greatest currency in this next phase. Many will admire your rise, but few will understand the weight that comes with it. Stay anchored in prayer. Keep your circle pure. The same humility that kept you in the valley will sustain you on the mountain. And never forget, influence without intimacy with God leads to burnout. But abundance with alignment brings peace. You are stepping into a season where your very presence will carry evidence of divine favor. Environments will shift when you walk in. Conversations will change when you speak. People will sense peace simply because you showed up. That is not ego. That is essence. It is the radiance of someone who has been refined in fire and released in favor. Anointed one, this is your confirmation. You are walking into a divine unveiling. The covering is lifting. The preparation is complete. What once felt delayed was only being developed. Now, the curtain is about to open, and heaven is about to display what it has been perfecting within you. Chosen one, the world will soon witness what obedience looks like when it matures. Stay ready, stay pure, stay positioned, because the spotlight that is coming isn't for fame, it is for fulfillment. Chosen one, take a deep breath. This is the part where heaven begins to make everything public. The private battles, the hidden seasons, the prayers no one heard. They are all converging into one undeniable display of divine favor. You are about to see how every invisible moment was building visible glory. What is coming next will not just bless you, it will announce you. You are stepping into what I call the evidence era. This is when your obedience begins to speak louder than your words. People who doubted you will see the fruit. They will witness what happens when someone refuses to quit on God. But remember this, you are not being exalted to prove anyone wrong. You are being elevated to prove God right, anointed one. Heaven is placing you in environments where your name will carry divine weight. These aren't coincidences. These are confirmations. Invitations will start arriving that you didn't apply for. Rooms you never imagined being in will suddenly open. It will not make sense in the natural because it is supernatural alignment. You have been faithful in the hidden place. Now heaven is making you visible for kingdom purpose. But hear me, this is where many lose focus. They mistake recognition for reward. Recognition isn't the end. It is the beginning of responsibility. God doesn't crown you for applause. He anoints you for assignment. Every new level of favor requires a deeper level of faith. The same God who opens doors will also test your posture once you walk through them. Stay low, stay grateful, stay yielded. I have experienced that tension myself, the awe of new doors opening, mixed with the weight of realizing I had to grow to carry them. God doesn't give you more to crush you, He gives you more to call you higher. The blessing comes with stretching, the favor comes with fire. But each time you rise, you will find He is already there, waiting. Chosen one. This new visibility isn't just about what you will receive, it is about what you will reveal. You are about to embody breakthrough itself. Your peace will preach, your success will speak, your life will become the sermon. People will look at you and see what divine alignment really looks like, not forced, not fabricated, but favored. And yet, even now, God whispers, don't forget who you are. You didn't build this, you obeyed. You didn't chase this, you surrendered. And that is why heaven can trust you with it. You have proven that humility isn't weakness, it is wisdom. You have learned that elevation without ego is possible when your heart stays anchored in gratitude. Anointed One, this is your royal reveal. The crown doesn't come after the storm, it is forged inside it. You are not the same person who began this journey. The wilderness made you wiser, the waiting made you stronger, the warfare made you unstoppable. You are walking proof that nothing surrendered to God ever stays small. Chosen One, brace yourself, because what is next is not gradual growth, it is sudden unveiling. The light is about to hit your life in full measure, and when it does, don't hide, shine, because this glory was never meant to be kept private. Chosen One, you have come too far to doubt what is happening now. The spiritual winds are shifting in your favor, and the evidence will soon be undeniable. Heaven has already signed what is being released, and this is the moment it touches earth. The transfer isn't just coming to you, it is moving through you. You have been chosen to be a vessel, a distributor of divine resources, a carrier of supernatural light in dark places. Everything you have walked through was training for stewardship. The waiting refined your wisdom. The warfare refined your faith. The tears refined your vision. God didn't just want to bless you, He wanted to build you, because now what is being entrusted to you must not be mishandled. Heaven is calling you to lead differently, not through noise, but through presence, not through force, but through flow. Anointed One, you will begin to notice that your influence expands quietly, without striving. People will seek your peace more than your opinions. Opportunities will find you because of your consistency. Your name will be mentioned in conversations you didn't know existed. But it will not be luck. It will be legacy. The reward of endurance is recognition from heaven before validation from man. I have seen this pattern in my own journey. There were times I thought I was forgotten. Moments I watched others accelerate while I was still waiting. But when my appointed time arrived, it was so clear, so divine, I realized why I couldn't have moved earlier. God had to let me grow into the person who could carry what He promised. The same is true for you. Chosen One, you are not late. You are right on heaven's schedule. This next phase is the manifestation of what has been whispered over your life for years. You will see divine reimbursements, time restored, peace returned, opportunities reintroduced. Things you thought were gone forever will resurface better than before. Heaven never forgets the faithful. You planted seeds in tears, now you will harvest in laughter. Chosen One. This transfer goes beyond finances. It is a total recalibration, emotional, spiritual, physical. Expect divine health to return to your body. Expect clarity to flood your mind. Expect your environment to align with your new energy. Everything that once drained you will now empower you. The old chapter has expired, the page has turned. But remember this, with greater blessing comes greater balance. Protect your peace as fiercely as your purpose. Not every invitation deserves your presence. Not every connection deserves your commitment. God is surrounding you with a chosen circle, people who match your mission, who speak your language, who guard your oil. Anointed One, your journey is a testimony that endurance produces elevation. You didn't break, you blossomed, you didn't fail, you were forged. Every storm was heaven's strategy to reveal strength you didn't know you had. Chosen One, this is your confirmation. The alignment is complete. The transfer is active and the unveiling has begun. Walk with quiet confidence. You are no longer waiting for breakthrough, you are the breakthrough. The light you carry will illuminate generations, so rise, shine, and step boldly into your appointed future. What heaven has started in you, No power can stop. The world is about to witness what happens when divine timing meets a surrendered soul. Chosen one, you have reached the moment heaven prepared for you. This is not the end of a video. It is the beginning of your new season. The divine transfer has already begun. You can feel it in your spirit, the alignment, the peace, the power quietly rearranging your life. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the exact intersection where preparation meets promise. Anointed one, the heavens are open over you. What was delayed is now delivered. The oil upon your life is flowing freely, unlocking doors no hand can close. You are walking in divine rhythm now, provision meeting purpose, grace meeting growth. Every seed you have sown in faith is awakening. This is your evidence that God never forgot your name. As you leave this message, carry this truth. You are the living proof of supernatural order. You have been refined for impact, chosen for such a time as this. Remain steady in gratitude, faithful in obedience, and bold in expectation. The same God who began this work in you will perfect it in His timing. If this word resonates with your spirit, seal it in faith. Write, "I receive it" in the comments as your public declaration, and stay connected. Chosen one, greater revelation is coming. Until next time, stay aligned, stay anchored, and stay aflame. The transfer is active, your breakthrough is unfolding, and heaven is still writing your story.